Hey, what's up, y'all? Marjack79 here. Dragon Ball Daima. I have not talked about this anime in quite some time. A new trailer dropped today, and I want to dissect it, so let's go. Trailer starts out overlooking the lookout. Overlooking the lookout. It's amazing dialogue, Mark Jack. You've got some fireworks over in the corner there. Looks pretty cool. You know, when I first saw the first trailer for this show, I was super excited. You know, Dragon Ball was coming back. The more I got to thinking about it, the more I was like, it definitely has an old school Dragon Ball vibe to it and a GT vibe to it as well. Looks like they're combining Dragon Ball and GT. Looks like you're going to be traveling across the universe to collect something. You got Kid Supreme Kai there, Kid Kavito, Kid Goku, Kid Vegeta. If y'all have forgotten, the Dragon Balls were utilized in some capacity to turn everybody into kids. I'm curious, is it just the Z gang that was turned into kids, or is it everybody on the planet or everybody in the universe that was turned into kids? They're kind of leaving that out in the open. I'm really enjoying Kid Piccolo here. That is hilarious. Also, if you didn't know, that SH Figure Arts announced the Dragon Ball Daima figures as well. They're coming out with Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo. I think I'm going to pass to keep it a buck. You know, I'm just not feeling the design of the characters just yet. I need to see at least some of the show first before I develop a passion for it. You know, each iteration of Dragon Ball from the original, Z will always be my favorite. Super and GT, I have my own each individual love for it. So I'm already releasing figures for an anime that hasn't even technically been released yet. I feel like that's a little aggressive. It's kind of the name of the game, though. I feel like if you're an action figure enthusiast, you know, go for what you know. But me, my action figure passion comes from the shows and the video games and the anime that I developed a love for over the years. So, you know, I just don't buy figures out willy-nilly without seeing the show first. I got to see it first to see if I actually even like it. You know, kind of like the Acolyte, Star Wars. I thought I was going to get some of those figures, but if you've seen any of my videos for that, you would know that not happening. So we got this new blue guy. He seems to be a bounty hunter for the new bad guys, or the main bad guys in the series. At first glance, he kind of reminds me of the BoJack crew, especially with the blue skin. He has white hair, but I mean, you just shift that change to orange, and he would fit right in. So pretty cool. You can kind of see his gun there on his left hip waist there. Pretty cool. Got the yellow eyes, the white hair. Kind of looks like a Supreme Kai too. I kind of get some Zamasu vibes going on from him as well. If I'm making an assumption, I would think that he's from the demon realm. As we already know, the core villains of this particular franchise are coming from the demon realm, where Deborah for sure comes from. I think Bobbity and Bibbity originate from that realm as well. And of course, they are the creator of Majin Buu. I don't know if that's for certain, but I know for a fact that Deborah comes from the demon realm. He was the king before he was killed by Boo, but yeah, that's a toss-up. You know, answer in the comments below with some manga proof if Majin Buu and Bibbidi and Bobbidi come from the demon realm as well. I don't think they do, but that would be pretty cool if they did. So I mentioned before that I got some Dragon Ball GT vibes coming from this trailer. Looks like Goku and the Supreme Kai are going to be traveling from planet to planet, universe to universe, to collect something to prevent, I would assume, the apocalypse across the universe. We saw that fire planet in the panel before this one. I think that's the demon realm. We have numerous planets, maybe a couple of moons in this panel here. I would assume this is a planet that Goku and Supreme Kai are going to have to travel to. It should be pretty obvious, at least within this first season of Daima, that Goku and the Supreme Kai are going to be taking the starring roles. You know, kind of in Dragon Ball Super, that Vegeta kind of fit that supporting role to Goku. I think we should always keep note that Dragon Ball is the story of Goku. You know, sometimes Gohan has taken the center role, sometimes Trunks has taken the center role, but at its core, specifically written by Akira Toriyama, who just recently passed away, Dragon Ball is the story of Goku, and that's it. You know, everybody else is a supporting character, point blank period. And it looks like we're putting the focus back on him. And this time around, the Supreme Kai will be the secondary character joining Goku on all of his adventures. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not showing the trailer in the background itself, I feel like I always need to mention that for some reason, every time I ever try to show Toei the footage, I always get hit with literal copyright strikes on my channel. That is why I just stick with the manga panels. Hopefully y'all don't mind. I don't know how the bigger Dragon Ball YouTubers get around that, like Geekdom, so on and so forth. They can use the footage, that's fine, but YouTube just does not allow me to do that. I get copyright struck every single time. So it's like explaining that, just in case anybody was wondering. But if you're still here, thank you. So back to the panel, as we're seeing the power pole from Dragon Ball makes its return in Dragon Ball Daima. I always wondered why Goku chose to sit the power pole aside, but I guess since he's a kid again, maybe it just gives him a reach in fights that he didn't have when he was a kid. When he became an adult, he just felt he didn't need it anymore. So I find that pretty cool. Getting another look at Blue Boy here. We do not have a name. Actually, I think we may have a name. They probably released it. I just don't know it yet. I don't know, man. I don't care. But he's got some gunslinger action going on here. Kind of reminds me of Cowboy Bebop, if I'm being completely honest. Like that gunslinger action style, old Wild Wild West. He's shooting energy blast from the gun in the trailer. It's looking pretty cool. I'm very curious to see him in action. Looks like he's going to be stalking Goku and the Supreme Kai across the universe, attempting to take them out. We still don't know if Goku's power is going to be sliced in some sort of fashion, since he gets wished back to being a child. If I had to make an assumption, that is probably going to be the case. Same with the Supreme Kai. It's probably going to somehow keep some of his godly powers, but his overall max strength is probably going to get cut in some sort of capacity, since he gets reverted back to a child as well. So yeah, sorry boys and girls, I highly doubt we're going to be seeing any autonomous Ultra Instinct action going on in the first season of Dragon Ball Daima. Maybe towards the end of it, we'll get a reclaim of that type of godly wisdom and power. But starting here, I'm thinking we're trying to garner more kids towards the Dragon Ball fandom, and just that inclusion of that god level type of power might go over some of your children's heads. So I think that is the overall goal of Daima, is trying to garner a new, younger audience to just keep on raking in that money. Also adding in the fact that, thinking about it on a realistic level, really what level villain is going to be able to compete with Goku if he's at Ultra Instinct? That's why the later villains in the manga had to take the Dragon Balls and wish to be the strongest in the universe to even compete with Goku and Vegeta at this point, because story-wise, it literally just doesn't make sense. There's no way this random villain came from out of nowhere that they wouldn't have known about before that would have that type of strength to compete against them. I mean, let's take a look at these dudes, for God's sakes. I don't think any of these guys are taking on Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Beast Gohan, or Orange Piccolo. I just don't think they got it in them. So they had to introduce some kind of a magical element to be able to take the DBZ characters on, because all the main characters are pretty much at god level now. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do with like a Beerus style character? They're gonna get obliterated. So they had to utilize some type of a story element to revert their power back down to a reasonable level to have somebody actually be able to threaten them. I mean, it makes sense, dude. I mean, you got to figure out a way to be able to keep the story going. Dragon Ball is a billion-dollar franchise, so whatever they can do story-wise to try to keep it going, they're gonna do it. And if it means taking away power, like it's a Metroid style, Samus Aran starting out as a powerhouse and then she gets reverted back to literally nothing, you got to do that. You got to do it. It is what it is. The show is coming out October 2024. That is right around the corner. We got a couple of months, man. I will be doing videos and follow-ups and takes on every episode that comes out for this show. I kind of dropped the ball when Dragon Ball Super was coming out. That was kind of during the infancy of my channel, but I think I'm seasoned enough where I can do breakdowns on each of the episodes now. Let me know how y'all feel about that, man. I'm going to try to join the ranks of your geekdoms and your other Dragon Ball enthusiasts. I've been following this anime my entire life, so I think I have the knowledge to try to cover each of these episodes as well. So hopefully y'all will join me on this journey. I am so excited to take it, and hopefully y'all follow me along for the ride. I'm so excited, man. So, okay, I think that is going to do it. So, are you excited about Dragon Ball Daima? Are you kind of on the fence about it since they all get turned into kids? So, let me know in the comment section below, man. I am so intrigued to know your thoughts. Without your viewership, without your support, I can't make content like this. So, I am so very interested in your opinion, man. I surely am. Thanks for watching. As always, Dragon Ball has been my life since I was an 8-year-old boy, and it is not going to stop anytime soon. And that's going to do it. So as always, if you would consider hitting that like button and maybe hitting that subscribe button to follow all of my content, I would really appreciate that. You can follow me at youtube.com/smartjack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, my friends, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.